So, I've been in VR for a while. I love VR. Absolutely adore it. A couple days ago, I signed into Alvo, played some Alvo. That's like the Call of Duty VR kind of game, really sick multiplayer game. Played Alvo, signed in, and realized that a huge update had dropped for the game, where they have like when you spawn in now, you actually spawn into like a little like lobby area with like a firing range and all kind of stuff. You can like party up with people and be in the same room with them and kind of goof off before you actually go into a multiplayer match. Freaking awesome, you know what I mean? Like, when the hell did that update drop? And that was the thought. When the hell did that update drop, and why is no one talking about it? And it got me thinking that I think there's a problem in the VR community. And probably I'm part of that problem too, but it is what it is. But there's a problem in the VR community. That we love hype too much in VR. We love hype. We love to get super excited about this new coming game. A VR game gets announced and everyone's like, oh, yo, whoa, this game is coming out. It's going to be so cool. It's going to be in VR. Everyone should be supported. Everyone should be there day one. I'll be there, blah, blah, blah. And so we get excited. We get hyped for these new games that drop, right? New games that get announced. Then the game comes out. We shit all over it most times. 9 times out of 10, we shit all over these new games that come out. And then we completely forget about it. And we never talk about it again. And then the new game gets announced. We get hyped for that. We talk about it. We can't wait. Months of this. We tweet this. We talk about this. We make videos about it. And then the game comes out. We shit all over it. And then we forget. We never talk about the game again. Last year, full of that last year. Like Aliens, pure hype for that game. It comes out. People shit all over it. You know what I mean? And then you don't hear much about it again. Even though that game is freaking fantastic. Behemoth. Everyone's hyped. Such a great game. The game comes out. People shit on it. And then everyone goes, and then everyone ignores the game. I mean, it's not just the recent games. I mean, it seems like this a habit in VR where we just... A classic example for me is Crossfire. Hype for Crossfire. It looks so good. The game comes out. People shit all over it. No one talks about the game again. And the game is fantastic. And the amount of updates that came out for Crossfire is fantastic. Like, that should be on everyone's radar if you got a VR too. Like, man, Crossfire. Like, and that's not the only one. I mean, it's just time after time. There's game after game that drops. So it's just... It's cool. People get hyped. It comes out. They shit all over it. And then no one talks about it again. And that's not cool. You know what I mean? Like, Alvo came out. This massive, cool update. No one talked about it. I remember when Alvo came out, everyone talked about the game, how it's Call of Duty in VR, hype videos and videos about it. And then after 2-3 videos, everyone just ignores the game and moves on to the next hype game. And it's like, we're already a niche, you know? I mean, VR is already this niche. We don't need to be casting games aside to hype up the next game. We should be, I would ideally see people maintaining a hype for a game, especially if it's good, especially if it comes out and it's a good game. Why just forget about it to hype up the next game and forget what's already out there? I see lists people make sometimes on YouTube about like sleeper hits in VR. And I understand why they make the videos. I mean, I'm not dismissing why the videos are get made. But to be entirely honest, the library of games are already a niche. The library of games is so small in VR, in a sense, compared to like other games, compared to like mainstream gaming. We have a small library of games that nothing should really be hidden or a sleeper hit. Like, we have good games in VR. Let's just play the games in VR. I don't know. Perhaps I'm just rambling and just talking on my freaking neck. But there's this hype. Hitman comes out in a few weeks. Wanderer comes out in a few weeks. Hype for that. Ooh, hype. And then once the game comes out, mark my words, you'll see nothing about the game. Maybe 1 or 2 people might post a video about them killing someone in Hitman, and then the game will just disappear. I'm not sure why it is that way in VR, in the community at least. We follow hype, and then once the hype is done, we just move on to the next game. But then we get saddened, we get upset when like a studio closes down, and we say, oh damn, why did Toast Interactive close down? They're such a great VR studio. Because there was hype for the game when it first dropped, hype for Max Mustard, for instance, hype, and then as it drops, silence. No one talks about the game. No one encourages other people to play the game. It's just the game drops, hype, the game drops, and then silence. We move on to the next game to hype up, and we forget about what's already on the table. I don't know. I could try to put myself in that category, but I don't fall into it. I have my VR1 still to this day set up, and I play it regularly. As you see right now, I'm playing Farpoint right now. I play my VR1 regularly. Play my VR2 regularly. I play my back catalog of games regularly. I just don't only play the new hype game that comes out, and then after a week just move on to the next thing. Like, that's not really my style. So I love gaming, so that's not my thing. And maybe it's a YouTube thing. Maybe because YouTube hypes up, the YouTubers kind of hype up a game. And once the hype is gone, they have no reason to make content for it anymore, so they just move on to the next one. And so, but it feels disingenuous, to be honest. I know I'm rambling, but it feels disingenuous. There's some fantastic games in VR. I'm gonna keep rambling. I saw a tweet. I can't remember who put this up. I don't know if it was Maddie Plays VR or someone made this tweet. The initial tweet was 3 Spider-Mans pointing at each other, 10 for gameplay, 10 out of 10 for gameplay, 10 out of 10 for story, 10 out of 10 for graphics, and they said which game falls in that category. And the guy tweeted back saying, not one VR game falls into this category. And I saw the tweet, and I said, what a crock of shit. What a crock of shit to say that there's not one VR game on the market ever that's 10 out of 10. That's 10 out of 10 for graphics, story, and gameplay. Horse shit. You know what I mean? Like, there's tons of great games in VR that I would gladly give a 10 out of 10 to. Farpoint being one of them. I'm playing that right now. The game looks fantastic. Game plays fantastically. The story for this game is fantastic. You ever played the campaign for Farpoint? It's fantastic. I'd give this game an easy 10 out of 10. And there's plenty. I'm not going to go into all of them. I can make a video about that. And I may make a video about that. 10 out of 10 games. 10 games that have great graphics, great gameplay, great story. I might do that. Just to counteract such a freaking nonsensical tweet. But, no, man. Stop trying to hype up new game. I mean, hyped up new game. I'm not saying don't hype up new games. I get hyped for new games too. Exocars drops next week, this next week, Thursday. I can't wait to play that. But not to the disregard of what already exists in VR. There are a ton of games to play in VR with tons of longevity, tons of gameplay. I still to this day play After the Fall. Religiously play After the Fall. I love that game. There's games I play Crossfire, like crazy, religiously, to this day. Pavlov, to this day. Alvo, to this day. Great games. And now I got new games to add on to my backlog of games that I keep playing. Stop, I don't know. Hype up new games, but not to the disregarding of what came before. Because, these games drop, they get the hype initially, and then no one talks about them again. And then we wonder why these studios close down, why they struggle to make sales. Like, no. Keep promoting the games. If you're hyped for a game, keep promoting the game. Especially after the game comes out, after they release new updates that make the game even better. Where's the hype then? They keep perfecting the game. Hype up the game, continue to hype up the game. If that makes, I might be rambling. This might just sound like nonsense coming out of my mouth right now, but I don't know. We rely too much on hype in VR. Maybe it's because we're trying to get new people into it so they can, play the game too. I don't know. Play the VR too. I don't know what it is, but we don't need hype. We need longevity. We need to promote what exists in VR instead of only focusing on what's coming out. So get on the hype train. You know what I mean? Promote the new games that are coming out, especially ones you're excited for. Promote it. But continue to promote the games that came up before. Don't let the hype die just because, there's no more YouTube clicks to get off it, or because, the buzz is gone. When these developers keep putting out the new updates, keep hyping the game. Put it out there. so we can build a community, we can build up these games, and we want these studios to continue, so it can help them continue. I said, so me, I'm gonna play some Alvo. I can't believe the update dropped. I don't know how that update missed me, because I've been so distracted. Work's been killing me, so I can't play as much as I would like. I would love to play, but yeah, I'm gonna play me some Alvo, test out this new update. I might even put a video up, let you see what it all looks like. But Alvo is sick, and no one talks about it for some odd reason. So thanks for listening. You take it easy. Let me know in the comments if you agree, or if you even got this far, because I know I'm rambling, but I don't write scripts, and I just kind of talk off the cuff. So thanks for hanging out, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.